Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Sunday, March 31st, 2024, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App $ORION NWSF or the YouTube Super Chat right here. Happy Easter, y'all. We got an MLB matinee matchup, the Boston Red Sox versus the Seattle Mariners. First pitch will be here in just a couple minutes, so let's get some music queued up and let's go over the starting lineups. Let's go. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Easter, and we need to make sure we get this dub. Nice walk-off for Julio last night. I love that. Oh, baby. Rafael Devers is back in the lineup. And I was going to be putting typically, Bryce Miller, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert on the thumb. I couldn't really find an image that I liked good enough. So I figured we would honor Julio with his amazing performance last night. And him and Devers are going to try to lead their teams to victory here today. All right, here we go. Leading off for the Boston Red Sox, center fielder Jarren Duran. Batting second, playing third base. Good to have him back in the lineup, Rafael Devers. Batting third, playing shortstop for the Red Sox this afternoon, Trevor Story. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, first baseman Triston Casas. Batting fifth, DHing for Boston this afternoon, Masataka Yoshida. Batting sixth, playing left field, Tyler O'Neill. Batting seventh, playing right field for the Red Sox, Wilyer Abreu. Batting eighth, playing second base, Emmanuel Valdez. And batting ninth, catching for the Red Sox, Reese McGuire. And on the mound, Garrett Whitlock. Let's go. Leading off for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Batting third, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniga. Batting fifth, playing first base, Ty France. Batting sixth, playing left field this afternoon, Dominic Canzone. Batting seventh and playing right field, Luke Raley. Batting eighth, playing third base this afternoon for the Mariners, Josh Rojas. And making his debut at catcher, Sebi Zavala. Let's go. I'm ready. And we got the afternoon background, switching it up. Get the volume up here as well. All right, first pitch by Bryce. Pitch is outside, 1-0 count. Big swing and a miss. And on the mound, you already know what it is, Bryce Miller. Let's go, Bryce. Big day today. Let's get 10 Ks. Let's try to shoot for that. If not, let's go for, at the very least, let's go 8, like, Kirby and obviously Logan Gilbert. But let's always shoot for double digits when we have Castillo, shoot for 10. Kirby, shoot for 10. Gilbert, shoot for 10. And Miller has the same type of expectations for Mariner fans. Shoot for 10 Ks. And all 4 of those guys should be able to get there. Woo and Emerson Hancock in the 5-hole. Maybe not 10 Ks necessarily to go right out, but they should be able to get to 8 and at the lowest 6 or 7. There we go. First K for Bryce Miller, baby. I like it. Let's go, Bryce. Yes, sir. Let's go. Big swing and a miss to Devers. He said, "Hello, baby. Sit down, baby. I'm here." He said, "I'm here." Let's go. Benjamin in the building. What's good? Happy Easter. Lauren in the building. What's good? He said, "No Sunday creams." Yeah, they're going white today. Hopefully they can get it done. Devers, ace hit right up the gut. Let's go. Daniel in the building. What's good? Let's go. Matt in the building. Good to see you, my guy. Let's go. Happy Easter. Nice base hit by Devers. Nice to see him back in the lineup for, Red Sox fans. And honestly, I want to play against the best. So I don't want any excuses, when we lose. And I don't want any excuses, if we end up winning, but we don't win by as much as, maybe others want. We want to make sure that we have the best playing, even if it's against us. Nice to see Devers back in the lineup with that base hit, but keep it a minimum, my guy. Next up, shortstop, Trevor Story. Happy Easter, y'all. Top of the first. 1-0 pitch to Story, 203 average, 3 homers, 14 ribbies, and 43 games limited last season for Trevor Story in 2023. Top of the first, happy Easter, 0-0, Red Sox, Mariners. And then we got a NASCAR race right after this matchup is over. So I can't wait to be able to watch that with my Paisley pup. But for now, we're going to celebrate the Mariners. Big swing and a miss. Seems like he's locked and loaded, baby. 1-2 count. I like that. Story, I see you. And make sure you're taking care of your mental health. It's very important. Make sure you're doing the right things to win the day. Story calls time. Let's go, baby. You already know what it is. Bryce Miller, baby. It's Miller time. There we go, another punch out. You know what that means, baby. It's Miller time. Let's go. And not everyone may agree with me, but I feel, our 3 best pitchers, not that Luis Castillo is not good enough for Miller time, baby, but I feel George Kirby is the 1, Gilbert is the 2, Miller's the 3, and sometimes Miller can even play as good as the 2 right next to Kirby, in my opinion. So you can either flip-flop Gilbert or Miller, right? And then I think Castillo is the 4. I don't think Castillo is the 1. I mean, I know we put him as a season opening day pitcher, but the last couple years hasn't been as good as Julio's rookie year. When he ended up pitching and really helping us out to make the playoffs, I feel that his play has gone down a little bit. And I think as far as consistency, I like Miller, Kirby, and even Gilbert more than Castillo, but it's a luxury to have 4 aces, depending on where you want to put him in the lineup. The Mariners currently have Castillo, George Kirby, Gilbert, right? And then Bryce Miller. But again, everyone's going to have their own opinion. But when I call these games and I'm watching every game beginning to end, I don't think Castillo is a terrible pitcher. I just like Miller and Gilbert and Kirby a little bit more than Castillo at this point in his career. Kirby and Miller are up and coming. Gilbert, has, started to find himself. And if I had to be able to put money on either Gilbert or Castillo, I'm sorry. I'm going to go Logan Gilbert. So, hopefully Luis can earn that number 1 spot. But again, it's a nice luxury to have when you literally have 4 guys that could all be pitching on day 1 of opening day. Pitches outside, 2-2 count. Let's go. Because like I said, it's all about consistency. Can Luis Castillo get 10 to 13 Ks once in a while? Yeah, but I just see him giving up too many, walks, too many base on balls, too many grounders. It just feels like a lot of times it takes him longer. Another K by Miller. You know what it is? It's Miller time. Let's go. Sit down. But, like I said, especially with this kind of performance here right out of the gates, I feel that Miller, to me, is very close to George Kirby. And I honestly feel that Miller and Kirby are our two best pitchers. But since Miller still has some inconsistencies, he's not consistent all the time. But you could say that for any Mariner pitcher. But again, if I have to go through 10 starts, right? Who am I going to trust the most in 10 starts of getting me as close to 8-2 as possible? And that's going to be George Kirby 1, right? And then maybe Bryce Miller or Logan Gilbert 2. I personally like Bryce 2, Logan Gilbert 3, but Logan has earned the right to be up at the 2 or the 3 spot. Castillo at 4, and then obviously Bryan Woo, Emerson Hancock at 5. So, and I know some people that love Castillo, they might disagree, but again, look at his numbers, and look at how he played in Julio's rookie year, and then look how he played last year, which wasn't terrible by any means, right? But a lot of inconsistencies, but a lot of it, I want to be honest, it wasn't all Castillo's fault. A lot of times the run support wasn't there for all of our pitchers. Not only Luis Castillo, we had a lot of games where we didn't win 2-1 games, 3-2 games, 4-3 games. We didn't win those, right? A lot of the games where it was decided by one run in Julio, Cal Raleigh, and George Kirby's rookie year in 2022, we were great in one-run games and in games in extra innings past the 9th inning. But last year, we were fucking terrible, and we had to get to 5 runs or 7 to 10 hits, or we lost 95% of the games. So I like all 4 pitchers. I love our pitching staff. But again, I feel Luis Castillo is more of a big name, but he doesn't produce as consistently as Gilbert, Miller, or Kirby, in my opinion. So it's not like I don't want to get rid of Castillo, but that's what I, truly believe. I would rather go, if I was running the team, George Kirby as the 1, Bryce Miller as the 2, Logan Gilbert 3, Castillo 4, and then obviously Bryan Woo, Emerson Hancock in the 5. Let's go. All right, keep me updated, brother. And I feel with Castillo, it seems like he'll walk more guys than the other 3. And obviously each, starter will get roughed up and fucked up throughout the season. But I'm just saying who I trust, my starting 5 of my 5 favorite players on the team, JP, Julio, Cal, George Kirby, and Bryce Miller. No disrespect to the others, but those are the guys that I can feel I can count on more than all of the rest of the guys on the team. And until Castillo and these others can prove to me that they can be consistent on a regular basis, that's just how my opinion's going to fall. But I really like Castillo, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I feel we get enamored and we fall in love with a guy's name and his aura and his persona. Big strikeout on J.P. Crawford, 1 away. But I feel that sometimes we have to get past name recognition and we have to deep dive into the stats and analytics. And sometimes we can't give a guy credit, just because he had a great season a couple years ago. What have you done for me lately? The NFL is like that. College football is like that. Baseball should be like that as well. And as much as, great, times that we've had with Castillo in the past, I feel that, he needs to get past that popularity factor, name recognition, and them just, honoring him as the 1. I want you to go back and earn the 1 spot because I don't think he has. And I think, honestly, George Kirby is the best pitcher on the roster, and I would go Miller and Gilbert over Castillo too. But it's not like they're that far behind. They're all kind of like right next to each other based off talent. And I do believe we have a top 5 starting pitching staff. Some argue top 3 or even number 1 overall in Major League Baseball, but we have to prove it this year. Bottom of the first, 0-0, 2-1 count to our hero last night, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go. And again, if you want to put Castillo BP at the 3 over Logan Gilbert, I'm not going to argue, but, or even Miller, a lot of these guys, between Miller, Gilbert, and Castillo, you can literally put in any order. But in my opinion, George Kirby is the best pitcher on the team. And that's the guy that's going to have the best chance to win the Cy Young for the Mariners, in my opinion, unless we see a huge, uptick in Logan Gilbert's consistency and Bryce Miller's consistency. Then I think that they can get there. But, for Luis Castillo, I don't know, man. Like sometimes I really believe in him, and other times when I watch him on the mound, I don't know if that same swagger is still there that he had in 2022. From what I saw on opening day, he looks like the 2023 pitcher not the 2022 pitcher. So that's where, my pecking order comes from. But again, like I said, I'm not being a hater towards anybody on the team. It's just, we got to make sure we're evaluating every month as it changes, right? Every year. Big swing and a miss. Julio strikes out, 2 away. Whitlock with already 2 Ks. Calm down, Garrett. Come on, JP, we're going to need you. Julio, we're going to need you, baby. Let's go. And someone that really needs to step up for the Mariners, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Polanco! Oh, it hit the foul pole. No way. Is that fair or foul? Oh, that was the best ball that Polanco has crushed all season. Let me look at the replay. Where's the foul pole? Oh my God. I mean, we're talking just barely. I mean, we're talking inches. 10 inches? A foot? I mean, that was super close. Damn. Let's go. Come on, Polanco. Let him know, Matt. Let's get to 100 in donos. Proud of you yesterday. And again, you had a few streams, where, you weren't getting the support, as the lead. You saw what happened yesterday. We started off a little slow, got a couple donos. We've been getting some donos from newbies and people that have been a part of the channel, but not really in the live streams. And again, all it takes is one person to change a stream from being in, a decent stream with likes, subs, and donos and shares to an amazing stream based off someone like a GOAT like Mr. Williams. Chop foul, 1-2 count. Let's go M's. And I'm so excited for NASCAR after this game, and I'm really happy they're on after each other. Polanco, man, he is crushing it. Oh, upper decker, foul ball. And we got a NASCAR Cup Series at Richmond. Kyle Larson, the previous winner. Can't wait to see that. Let him know. Next swing for Polanco in the dirt. 2-2 count, 268 average. Career high with 186 hits in 2019. But again, this is 2024, right? What have you done for me lately? And I know a lot of the fans, appreciated the low-key signing of Polanco and Garver, but Garver really hasn't been up to standard in the regular season compared to what we did in spring training. And the same can go for Polanco. We need to make sure that hot electricity that you had in spring training with some of the newbies, you keep that electricity into the 2024 regular season. Pitch is inside. Good eye by Polanco. 3-2 count. Count is full. Well, I think we do give him credit for what he did in 2022 coming over, because if we didn't have him with Cal and George Kirby and Julio as rookies, we wouldn't have made the playoffs with that amazing home run with Cal. But if you go back and look at Castillo's numbers last year, and for me, I watch every game. So it's not like I'm watching just like Instagram Reels or Facebook or Twitter /X little, 30-second highlights. I'm watching the full games. I'm watching every pitch, so I feel I can make an evaluation based on what I'm seeing, not based on what I'm reading or someone else's opinion. So, but I do love Castillo. But again, I feel that I trust the other three, Miller, sometimes up and down, but I like his heat. He's got the it factor, the electricity. George Kirby has got the ball placement like Greg Maddux. Bryce Miller has got that heat, that we need for that like Felix Hernandez type of heat, right? We know we got it from him, but sometimes he's going to get roughed up, right? With Logan Gilbert, he doesn't really have an it factor. He's just kind of good at everything that he does. So he's got a little bit of Kirby in him, a little bit of Bryce Miller, but it's not the same type of excitement factor. It's just kind of like, we got a guy, we think he's good, but he's not really elite at anything, but he's just really, really good at every pitch that he does. And, as long as he doesn't get depressed or have any mental health issues, started off the year last year decent, hit a wall, and then ended up winning his last 10 or 11 starts at the end of the year and was honestly the Mariners' hottest pitcher at the end of the year in the last like 50 games. Okay. And then with Castillo, you're going to get, him as a name recognition guy. And his stat line is always going to be more wins than losses typically. But again, I feel that he walks more. He hits pitchers a little bit. He hits batters a little bit more. His zone and hitting his spots is not as accurate as the other three. And it takes him a little bit longer to get going. And he still has the ability to get 10 Ks. But if I had to put money on him getting 10 Ks or getting roughed up, it's probably going to get roughed up more than the 10 Ks compared to Gilbert and Kirby, as well as you already know who, Bryce Miller. It's Miller time. Man, it was close. It was close. Hey, we got to do replays. That's why they do the replays out there. Shout out to all the people on Twitter/X watching along as well. We're in the top of the second, 0-0. Happy Easter. You already know what it is. It's Bryce Miller, baby. And you know what it is. It's Miller time. Let's go. Let's go. You already know. Go, Bryce. Big swing and a miss. Bryce is that guy that has that electricity. He's got the most firepower out of anybody on the roster. Like I said, when he has that straight fire and straight heat, you're going to blow it past, 95% of the batters as long as he can hit his zone with the speed. As long as he can hit that 96 to 100 mile an hour pitch in the right general area, not a lot of guys are going to be able to hit off of him. And again, we have different pitchers that do different things. Castillo usually brings the heat, but his miles per hour are a little bit lower and his accuracy is not as good. So Miller brings the electricity. Castillo tries to, but is a little bit lower than him, right? George Kirby is going to be the Greg Maddux. He's all going to be about ball placement, not necessarily about high heat and 100-mile-an-hour pitches, even though he can. And then Logan Gilbert is the guy that just does everything good, but nothing like elite. And it's nice to be able to have four different kind of guys on our roster. Throw to first. There we go. One away. Sorry, Yoshida. Sit down. Little dribbler towards first. One away. Next up for the Red Sox, left fielder Tyler O'Neill. Go, Bryce. And I feel with Bryce Miller, too, he's a guy that, oh, shit, back. Come on. Damn it, Bryce. And that's what happens sometimes when you bring that heat and you bring that electricity. If you get someone that hits it on the sweet spot, guess what? It's either a strikeout or it's that. Back. Gone. Home run. 364 feet at left field. Trevor Story. 1-0 Red Sox. Nice job, Trevor. Brutal. Big electricity for the Red Sox there. Exit velocity 103.4, right on the sweet spot. Depressed Mr. Matt in the building. What's good? Yeah, and not every year, it is going to be, a year that you can look back and say, we had a great year. Of course, everyone wants consistency, and as Mariner fans, as soon as we got Julio, Cal, and George Kirby, kind of the pinnacle, the trifecta, right? It's like you want to make the playoffs every single year after you haven't made it for 20 years, and we had a disappointing sophomore slump, with those guys, and the pitching wasn't good, the hitting wasn't good, the one-run games weren't good, extra inning games weren't good, but now this is a chance to get back on track, just like with your Guardians, and hopefully we can get back to making the playoffs, and hopefully we can do it in consecutive seasons. I would love to be able to have the Mariners make it, for 2 in a row, 3 in a row. I don't need to get wild and crazy and say, 10 in a row. We're not that good yet. And every year is a different year, obviously, in the major leagues. Big facts. Pitch is high. Come on, Bryce. You can't be walking after that big homer. To Wilyer Abreu, he's not a threat. Next up, second baseman Emmanuel Valdez. Come on, Bryce, settle in. He's already got 3 Ks, and that's the thing, I feel with Bryce Miller and George Kirby, those are two guys, if you ended up playing 3 innings, they could get 8 or 9 strikeouts out of 3 innings and retire like the first 8 or 9 batters, and you don't really get that with too many guys. Get back for that double play, throw to first, 2 away. Good effort there in the outfield.
Tried to double him up, couldn't get him. Luke Raley, good defense, my guy. I see you with the hustle. Next up for the Red Sox, catching for Boston, Reese McGuire. Yeah, tell me what makes the team so depressing, Mr. Matt. Lauren helping out on the Twitter/X. And if you do have a Twitter/X account, please like and retweet the live stream that we are on right now. Matt, if you can do that for me as well, that'll definitely help us get more people here throughout the room. Hey, on the bright side, you got Pete Alonso. So, I mean, even when it doesn't go your way, at least you got one guy that you can be like, I love this guy. At least I know that he's going to be out there and he's going to give it all he has. But again, it is a team game, and you need all the guys to be able to step up, the hitting, the pitching, the bullpen, the closer. You need a full product. And as soon as starting pitchers go out, as everyone knows that is a true baseball fan, the game starts over, from inning 7, 8, and 9 after starting pitching goes out, whenever that may be, either at the 6th inning when they're supposed to get, a chance for, to get the dub and the quality start, or if you get roughed and fucked up and you get, eliminated and have to end up hitting the benches early. So 1-0 Boston, top of the second, runner at first, 2 outs, 1-2 count. Bryce Miller, 10 strikeouts, 0 walks in his MLB debut. Let's go, Bryce. Nice hit. Nice hit by McGuire there. Single to right, Abreu to second. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate you. And you know what makes that most impressive, Benjamin? It's Astros, right? Everyone thought the Astros and the Rangers were going to be the top dogs. They knew the Yankees would be a little bit better. A lot of people thought the Mariners could be decent this year. Most people have the Orioles as the best team in the American League with the Rangers. And when the Astros end up getting beat up and going 0 for 3, it shows you that, Juan Soto is making a big impression with not only Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Volpe, but Aaron Judge. And it gives them a little bit more swagger and a little bit more pop in the lineup. Let them know, Matt. Top of the second, 1-0 Red Sox, runners at first and second. Big swing and a miss. 0-2 count to Duran. Let's go. Happy Easter, y'all. I hope you guys had a great one. Spent my Easter yesterday here, last night, and obviously early during the day. I celebrated Easter with my dad and my stepmom, and got to meet my dad's new pup, Lucas, a.k.a. Maurice Lucas. Got a chance to hang out with Paisley Pup, and we got to run around on the property, and nothing has made my heart feel so good. Seeing your pup just be in absolute bliss. Top of the second, 1-0 Boston. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, 0-2 pitch by Bryce Miller. Let's go, Bryce. It's Miller time. Throw to second. Got him! Yeah, baby. Abreu thrown out at second. He was trying to end up, going too far away. And we caught him. JP with the tag. Nice job. What an electric out. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And you know what that is? You already know. It's Miller time, baby. Let's go. Ha ha. Nice job, Bryce. You're not going to get too many pitchers that are going to throw a guy out, a runner at second that's kind of cheating towards third. But that was a great sign, there by the catcher to be able to get it done. And it wasn't even Cal Raleigh. Sebi Zavala. Okay. It's Miller time, baby. Nice job. Let's go. Let's go to the bottom of the second. Mariners due up. Let's look to see where we're at in the lineup. Leading off for the Mariners in the bottom of the second, DHing for Seattle, Mitch Haniga. Trident's up. Batting second this inning, first baseman Ty France. And batting third, left fielder Dominic Canzone. Let's go. Right ends up, baby. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as here on YouTube. Happy Easter. Can't wait for NASCAR here in a couple hours as well. I was watching a little bit of qualifying, and it should be a good race. We got obviously the March Madness bracket as well. We got Purdue up on Tennessee by 5, and NC State and Duke coming up in about 20-25 minutes. But I'm going to be really looking forward to NASCAR Cup Series at Richmond, baby. 4 o'clock Pacific. So as soon as this game's over, I'm going to end up taking Paisley for a walk, and I'm going to enjoy some racing for about 3 hours. Let's go. Bottom of the second, 1-0 Red Sox. Let's get on the board, baby. Haniger. Back to the wall. Run. Go to second. Trident's up. Nice job, Mitch. That's what I'm talking about. Bring the electricity. Bring that consistency. Nice job, Mitch. Stand-up double. Almost homered for Mitch Haniger. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Knock him home, baby. Let's go, Ty. Pitch is inside. 1-0 count. Let's go, Ty. One-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. He chased on that one. Come on, Ty. Be patient. '22 All-Star with Julio. Had a bad last season. 250 average, 12 homers, 58 ribbies. He should be close to 300. Double that production, 25 to 30 homers, and closer to 80 to 100 RBIs. So hopefully, France can shoot for 100 ribbies, 25 to 35 homers, and to get that batting average from 250 to somewhere between 280 and 310. 280 to 300 would be probably more fair. It's hard for batters to get to 300 nowadays unless you're a freak athlete. Let's go. Let's do it. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It helps us out tremendously in the algorithm. And I hope everyone's having a fantastic Easter. I love you guys. Beautiful day here in Oregon in the Pacific Northwest. Sunny skies, barely any clouds. Beautiful. Looks like 70, but I think it feels like probably 60 with a nice cool breeze. 56 and sunny with a nice little breeze. Beautiful. 3-2 pitch. There we go, Ty. Drop. Yeah! There we go. Runners on the corners, baby. Yes, sir. There we go. Haniger. I like it. Ty. I like it. Next up, left fielder, Dominic Canzone. Let's go, Dom. Let's tie this game up. Nice job, Ty. Nice to get back to where you were in 2022. Let's go. All right, let's go, Dom. Got this. Bottom of the second, runner on the corners. Pitch in the zone for a strike. Canzone, 0 for 6 this series. Let's break that slump, baby. Let's go. Whitlock, 0-1 pitch. Top foul. Behind in the count, 0-2. All right, Whitlock, I see you. Haniger at third, France at first. Big swing and a miss and struck him out. Come on, Dom. You got no outs, runners on first and third. We better tie this game up bare minimum. Next up for the Mariners, batting 7th in the lineup, right fielder Luke Raley. Go, Luke. I am your father. Let's go. Need one more person that's in the room to smash the like button, then we'll be in double digits. And then once we hit 10, let's try to get to 20. That'll be the goal on every stream. Try to get first to 10, then get to 20, and then depending on how many people we have in the room, we'll try to get to 30. Nothing yet, but we just got to keep grinding, and we'll see if anyone comes through. And I get it. It is a holiday. It is Easter. Sometimes the viewership is going to be a little bit lower on holidays. I understand. But regardless if it's Thanksgiving, Easter, or Christmas, I'm still going to grind. So I'll still be going live. Let's go. Runners on the corners. 1-0 Red Sox. Bottom of the second. 1 away. 1-1 pitch to Luke Raley. Pitch is high. 2-1 count. Jacob in the building. What's good? Let's go, Dom. Let's go, Luke. We need you. These are the guys in the lineup, that we need to make sure that they produce. Fouls it off towards first base. 2-2 count. Let's go, baby. Pitch is low and inside towards his feet. Count is full. 3-2 count. Come on, Luke. Bottom of the second. Runners at first and third. 1-0 Red Sox. 3-2 count. Come on, Luke. Take the walk. And he took a strike looking. Big punch out. He's going to test the pitcher there. A lot of times that pitcher won't throw a strike right down the middle, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Garrett Whitlock, right down the middle, struck out looking. Big K for Whitlock. I mean, how do we got runners on the corners with no outs, and now we have 2 outs? A lot more pressure now. Next up, third baseman, Josh Rojas. Let's go, Josh. Chop foul, 0-1 count. Come on, guys. We don't want to let opportunities like this. It's one thing to have one guy stranded, but you don't want to have 2 guys stranded on first and third with no outs. That might come back to bite us. I know it's early and it's only the second inning, but you want to take advantage of every opportunity you have if you can. Pitch is inside at the waistline of Rojas. Makes him back off into his little batter stance. 1-1 count, 272 average, 4 homers, 14 ribbies with a 721 OPS in 2023 with 46 games played. Pitch in the zone for a strike, but call the ball. 2-1 count. Happy Easter, y'all. Hope everyone is having a good one. 2-1 pitch. Pitch in the zone low. 3-1 count. Let's go. Come on, Josh. You don't got to force your swing. Take a walk if needed. Whatever way we need to be able to drive in this run. Right up the middle. Yeah! Let's go. Rojas with an RBI. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, baby. Way to come up big, my guy. And that's going to help people really, support you after Eugenio Suarez ended up going to the Diamondbacks. We know this is the weakest position on our team, third base. And, hey, we really appreciate you coming through in the clutch right there. We're knotted up at 1. Let's go. Nice job, Rojas. Next up, catcher Sebi Zavala, the former White Sox and Diamondback. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There we go. Nice job, Josh. You definitely gained a little bit of love from the Mariner fan base after that big RBI. Let's go, Zavala. I mean, if we're going to have Zavala at catcher, let's bring up Harry Ford at some point. Let's go, Sebi. Harry Ford will be our everyday catcher in about a year or two. We may see him get called up this season, but more than likely next season, unless we have injuries from our catchers. But I would love to be able to see Harry Ford. If there was one prospect in single A, double A, triple A, high A ball, I would love to see Harry Ford get a chance. But again, they're kind of moving him up slowly. You know, I feel he's a better defensive catcher than anybody that we have on the opening day roster. But as far as like homers, we know Cal Raleigh has got really good power, and he might be the most power catcher hitter in baseball. He's a top 10 catcher, but never gets that love. But as far as defensively, Cal could be a little bit better. And even if that means that they have to move Cal to DH in the future, I don't mind. 1-1 count. Pitches outside. 2-1 count to Zavala. Let's go. And they don't have too many pictures with Zavala in his Mariner uniform, so we had to settle for what's best of him in the Diamondbacks. And once they end up taking more photos of like this game today, then we'll be able to have some Mariner photos of Sebi. Pitch right down the middle, 2-2 strike. Let's go. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X as well as in the room here on YouTube. Happy Easter. Zavala! Oh! Good hit out towards the outfield right there. But hey, the damage was done. Trident's up. And we're knotted up at 1, baby. Hell yeah. Let's go. All right, let's go. Top of the 3rd inning. Let's see who the Red Sox have up. Ooh, this is a dangerous part of the lineup. Leading off, 1 for 1. 3rd baseman, the best player on the Red Sox, Rafael Devers. Batting 2nd, 0 for 1 with a K. Shortstop, Trevor Story. And batting 3rd, 0 for 1 with a K. First baseman, Tristan Casas. We need one more like to get to double digits. So if you're in the room right now, there we go. We just got it. I was about to say, we should be able to get that. But if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It'll definitely help out with the algorithm. Now we need 10 more to get to 20. Appreciate y'all. Happy Easter. And make sure you're taking care of your mental health. You know, whether that means getting outside for a walk, spending time with cats and dogs, your pets, checking up on a friend, making sure their mental health is okay, listening to some music, maybe cutting back a little bit on the fast food, eating a little bit more healthier. You do these little things, right? And you don't really know where your life is going. But I'm telling y'all, if you can get your life on track, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, baby. Let's go. Take care of yourself and win the day. Joe Dirt is a Mariner fan. He's ready. All right, let's go, Bryce. Let's get back into that first inning vibes. So that way we can get some Ks, and it's Miller time. Top of the 3rd, we're knotted up at 1. Everyone, as a Mariner fan, can take a deep breath and sigh of relief that we ended up getting that RBI. We don't want to leave a lot of guys stranded, and that will give us a better chance to end up winning this game based off that 1 RBI by Rojas, guaranteed. Because the longer you go before getting that first run, it almost feels like it's never going to come. So, great job, Josh Rojas, making the impact at 3rd. Top of the third, 1-1 game. 1-1 pitch by Bryce Miller. Pitch is low, 2-1 count. And Matt, if you need a link to the game, if you want to watch along on any game that I do, I can always send you the link that I use, and that way we can be on the same page unless you have other things that you're doing. But I always will have that available for you if you need it. Pitch low in the corner, 3-1 count. That one looked like it could have been a strike. Right on the tip there. Right-handed corner, but I see why they called it a ball. Three-one pitch. Duran. Deep center field. Julio. No fly zone, baby. There we go, Julio. One away. Fly zone, baby. Nice job, Julio. Trident's up. Next up for the Red Sox, their best player, third baseman Rafael Devers. Played in the opening day, season opener, missed the last 2 games with a shoulder injury, and he's back. 1 for 1, single in the first, just as if he never left. Devers, line drive, right to Ty France, 2 away. Nice job, Ty. Great defense by Ty France. You kidding me? Nice job. That was easily going to be a single. Great job. Next up for the Red Sox, shortstop Trevor Story. Miller, first pitch in the zone for a strike. Let's go. 0-1 count. Top of the third, we're knotted up at 1, 2 outs, 0-2 count. Story behind in the count. Blow it right past him and give me some fucking Miller time. And Bryce will always, challenge the hitter. And yeah, sometimes he'll give up homers, and that's fine as long as it's not, 2-run homers, 3-run homers, and grand slams. But again, I trust him bringing the heat. And if he gives up a homer, and someone gets it on the sweet spot, so be it. But as long as he continues to bring the heat, that's going to be able to help us get to victories and get us dubs. Let's go. Struck out the side in the first inning, but hasn't had a strikeout since. Which is outside, 2-2 count. Let's go, Bryce. One of my favorite pitchers on the squad. George Kirby is my 1. Bryce Miller is my number 2. Those are my 2 favorite that are on the roster. Not that I don't love Gilbert and Castillo. I love them as well, but I like these other 2 a little bit more. There we go. Nice K. 4th K of the night, and you know what that means. It's Miller time, baby. Nice job. Bryce bringing the heat. He's bringing that electricity. And you know what it is. It's Miller time, baby. Nice job. All right, due up for the Mariners in the bottom of the third. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting second, center fielder, 0 for 1 with a K, Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. And batting third, 0 for 1 with a K, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Let's go. Let's take a look at some of the other scores that we got going on today on this Happy Easter 2024. We got Yankees 4, Astros 3. Can you imagine the Astros after the first 4 games of the season being 0-4? I don't think there's anything that makes me even happier than that. My God. Tigers 3, White Sox 2. End of the 9th. Yankees 4, Astros 3. Cubs and Rangers tied up at 5 in the top of the 8th. Athletics 3, Guardians 0. End of the 3rd. Diamondbacks 3, Rockies 0 in the middle of the 3rd. Padres 5, Giants 0, bottom of the 2nd. And then we got Angels 4, Orioles 1, final. Phillies 5, Braves 4, final. Brewers 4, Mets 1. Pirates 9, Mets 7, final and 10. Blue Jays 9, Rays 2. Reds 6, Nats 5, and then Royals 11, Twins 0, and then the Guardians and Dodgers play the last game of the night at 4 o'clock, same time as Richmond, their NASCAR Cup Series, and that'll be on ESPN. All right, let's go, JP. So fresh and so clean. Trident's up, 2 for 13 this series. Solo dinger in game number 2 to get us that victory. 0-2 pitch. Pitch is low and inside, 1-2 count. Bryce Miller, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 Ks, 46 pitches, 29 strikes. And then with Whitlock, 2 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 0 walks, 5 Ks. Got him. Let's go, JP to first. There we go. Let's get another run. Let's take the lead in this inning, baby. Next up, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Dribbler towards first, and he's out. Damn it, Julio. You got to be more patient in the box, my guy. Work the count. I know you want to get aggressive and jump on those first pitch strikes, second pitch strikes, but a lot of times those pitchers know that you're going to swing at anything. And it might not be a first pitch strike. It might be a ball. So, something that he needs to be able to improve on. 1 away. Little dribbler towards first, and he got thrown out. Next up, second baseman Jorge Polanco. Bottom of the 3rd, runner at second, 1 away. 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first inning for Polanco. Whitlock. Dribbler right back to the pitcher. Underhand throw to first to Polanco. 2 away. Runner advances to 3rd. All right, here we go. Time for an RBI. DHing for the Mariners, Mitch Haniga. Welcome back to the team. Trident's up. Happy Easter. Go M's. Hope you have a great rest of your day, Reflect. And we got a big Rojas RBI, after we had guys on the corners with no outs and then ended up getting a run knocked in, which is great considering third base and Rojas might be our weakest position. So you're definitely getting on the Mariners' good side when you end up making plays like that. And we're going to give Rojas a little bit more leniency as the year goes on, as long as he does things like that. Big facts. Happy Easter, my guy. Go M's. Reflect with a 5er, always showing love and appreciation. Appreciate you. Haniger pops up foul. Anything that you want to see before you got to go? Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Any specific player you want to see? I got you. Reflect, the sports god, the fantasy football guru in the building. Bottom of the 3rd, we're knotted up at 1. Runner at 3rd. Just foul by Haniger. Let's go, Mitch. And a lot of people thought maybe Garver was going to be better. Mitch Garver would be better than Mitch Haniger, but maybe they chose the wrong Mitch. And obviously Haniger looks like he might be the better Mitch at this point. And as long as he can stay hot, we're still going to need Garv to be able to get healthy and play well, considering everything that we got with him and Polanco and Rayleigh. and Canzone and Rojas and some of these newbies like Zavala, getting a chance to shine out there. Pitch is low in the dirt, 3-2 count. Absolutely, I got you. I got you. And you already know what it is. It's Miller time, baby. Full count foul. And when he does well and he gets a K, it's Miller time. Where would you rank the pitchers reflect in your, based on how you like them? I was telling people at the broadcast, I like Kirby 1, Gilbert or Miller at the 2. So if I had to go, as far as like my trust factor, so it's normally, at this point, I would say, Kirby 1, Gilbert 2, Miller 3, or Kirby 1, Miller 2, Gilbert 3. I got Castillo as the 4, not the 1. But again, everyone's going to have their favorites, but I just feel that Gilbert and Kirby and Miller are more consistent, and I trust them more than Castillo. Now, if this was Castillo from 2022, fine, he was the 1. But last year, I don't think he was the number 1 pitcher. Like I said, the record was pretty good, but we were not very good in one-run games, and we didn't get a lot of run support. So that's part of the deal with Castillo as well as the other pitchers. But in my eyes, I know who I like. I'm watching every game from beginning to end, and everyone's going to have their favorites. But, I don't think Castillo sucks, but I just trust the other 3 guys a little bit more. Score's right above me. 1-1, baby. We just tied it up. End of the 3rd inning. We're knotted up at 1. Trident's up. You know it, baby. All right, let's see who's due up here for the Red Sox in the top of the 4th. All right, leading off for the Red Sox in the top of the 4th, 0 for 1 with a K, first baseman Tristan Casas. Very underrated hitter. I like him. Batting 5th in the lineup, 2nd in the top of the 4th, 0 for 1, DHing for Boston, Masataka Yoshida. And batting 6th, left fielder Tyler O'Neill. And O'Neill homered to left 364 feet earlier in the 2nd inning. Hizzle in the building. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Happy Easter. Yeah, I feel that George Kirby has the best chance to get the Cy Young. That's just me personally speaking, and I feel I trust, Logan Gilbert and Bryce Miller. They have a better chance to get to 8 to 10 Ks than Luis. I just feel Luis's heat, his control, ball placement, they're just not as good as the other 3. And it seems like he just gets roughed up more than the other 3. The other 3 will get roughed up at times as well. But Luis is the guy that brings the electricity and the heat. But I feel it's a lot of name recognition. But it's like, what have you done for us lately, not in the past? You can't hang on to that 2022 season and act like he's going to play like that every single year. And I feel like a lot of fans are kind of just giving him the benefit of the doubt. But I think George Kirby is the best pitcher on the squad. He's the Greg Maddux of the roster. It's not going to always be 95 to 100 miles an hour, but his ball placement is the best out of any Mariners starter. Then you got Logan Gilbert. He's not elite at anything, but he's really good at everything, if that makes sense. And then Bryce Miller is the guy that has the it factor. He brings the heat and the electricity, but the only problem with Bryce is that when he's going for the strikeout and he's punching it right down your throat, if they hit it on the sweet spot, it's gone. So you have to keep that in consideration, that he'll give up homers, but he'll give you those, heater baseballs where you get those big Ks for Miller time. And then obviously we got Wu and Hancock in the 5-hole. Braves lost to the Phillies today. Tough series back and forth for those 2 elite teams. Well, Julio, it's still early in his career, and obviously we feel that the no-fly zone and his defense is great. Stealing bags is great, but it's just about being patient in the box. And as soon as he gets be a little bit more patient in the box, he'll have a 40-40 year and maybe even a 50-50 year with 50 homers and 50 stolen bags, but he's not there yet. Still a little bit immature and a little bit, he's not there yet. He's not in his prime just yet. And usually guys in baseball will get into their prime in years 4 through 7, and sometimes even after that in years 8, 9, and 10, if they're going to play 15 to 20 years. So, if Julio wants to be a top 10 player, he's already achieved that. But if you want to be top 5 or top 3 with like Aaron Judge, Ohtani, and Acuna, he has to be more consistent. You got to be batting over 300, and you got to be getting, 30-30, 40-40, 50-50. And, I already know he's going to be able to run the bags and steal home runs away and be a good defensive player. But he's nowhere near Ken Griffey Jr., in my opinion, just yet. He's got the most potential, like Griffey and Ichiro, to be a Hall of Famer, but still we need improvement. And once he improves, the team will improve with him as well. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Also, run support, 1-run games and games in extra innings and not getting 7 to 10 hits and 5 runs or more. I feel was a big factor on all the pitchers not having as much success. Like you could pretty much add 2 or 3 wins to the win column for every pitcher that we had last year if we just got a little bit more offensive production. It was not a good year overall, on many categories for us. So I feel hopefully 2024 will be similar to 2022, but better. Jammed up. Yoshida popped up. Rayleigh, good defense. Yeah, and it's just like Logan Gilbert, started off okay, hit a big fucking, losing streak, and, mentally, physically was maybe a little bit out of it. But in the last, 60 games, he was the hottest pitcher in the regular season the Mariners had, who won his last, 10 or 11 starts. So each player, obviously will have his good times and his bad times. But again, for us, it's all about analytics and it's all about consistency. And the most consistent pitchers will rise to the top. The cream will always rise to the top. But one thing that is nice is that we legitimately have 4 number ones. We got Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, and Bryce Miller, and they're all ones. There's not very many teams in baseball that can match us pitcher for pitcher with those 4. Big facts. Top of the 4th, we're knotted up at 1. Tyler O'Neill with a solo homer in the top of the 2nd. Runner at first, 1 away, 0-2 count. But I agree with this. You and me are all about stats and analytics and whatnot, but I'm just waiting for that day where Kirby overtakes, Castillo as being the guy, and I'm hoping that at one point he can win a Cy Young. I think that would be great. But again, my 5 favorite are going to be JP, Julio, Cal, George Kirby, and Bryce Miller. So I'm always going to be following those guys, and I'm going to criticize them when they need to be criticized, but I'm also going to, uplift and give them the love when they deserve it. But we definitely will make sure we're calling it right down the middle. And then if it ends up being, Logan Gilbert and Castillo end up being our 2 best, and, Kirby, slides back a little bit with Gilbert, or Miller, so be it. We all ultimately want all our guys, to have 10 to 15 wins. We want guys to have ERAs of 3 and lower, preferably in the 2s. We want to have guys up for consideration for the Cy Young, and we need our hitters to be able to hit, and we need to be able to drive in runs, help our pitchers out. So. Two pitch, but each of them does something a little bit different. It's like Castillo brings the heater, but sometimes doesn't have the location, gets roughed up. Miller brings the electricity and the it factor, but if he throws it right down the middle, then it might be a home run, it might be a strikeout. We don't know. George Kirby's the Greg Maddux of the team. He's all about ball placement and location, but he can still bring the heat from time to time. And then Logan Gilbert just does everything really, really good, but not great or elite. Nice hit right there. Damn it, runners on the corners. We're knotted up at 1 with 1 out. Come on, Bryce. O'Neill is on fire here today. Home run, and then got a nice hit towards right field. right in between the gap of the Julio Rodriguez and Luke Raley. Runners on the corners with one out. Next up, right fielder Wilyer Abreu. Can we get a double play here? This would be a great way to end this inning. A double play right up the middle. Pitch on the corner for a strike. Happy Easter, y'all. Top of the fourth, runner on the corners. 0-1 pitch for Miller. Come on, Bryce. Pitch is outside. 1-1 count. Let's go Mariners. Let's go Bryce. Big swing and a miss, bringing that heater right down the middle. 1-2 count. Let's go Bryce. Wow, 7 left-handed hitters. Big swing and a miss. Got him! And you know what time it is? It's Miller time. That was huge. Nice job, baby. Nice job, Bryce. Next up for the Red Sox, second baseman Emmanuel Valdez. Well, I would assume that based off the rotation, it'll be Emerson Hancock, our 5-hole. So, since Brian Wu is hurt. Yeah. It looks like you guys have McKenzie. It'll be McKenzie on Monday versus Hancock. Yeah, it won't be Shane Bieber. Can't have your 1 go against our 5 when we're on our 5th game. And then Shane Bieber and Castillo will go against each other on Tuesday. A 1 versus a 1, not a 1 versus a 5. Come on, Jacob. No, but it should be a good game for both matchups. Your 5 versus our 5, and obviously, if you're going based off game on game, it wouldn't make sense for you guys to pitch 4 guys, and all of a sudden you're going back to Bieber again. Got to go to your 5-hole. Pitch is high, did not go. 3-1 count. That'll give us a better chance to win if we have Emerson Hancock pitching. We would rather have Hancock going, against that instead of, going against your 1. Megan in the building. Good morning. How are you? Top of the 4th, 1-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Oh, shit. Valdez. Back, gone. 3-run homer. Uh-oh. Bryce Miller. That is not Miller time. That's rough. And that's the problem with Bryce Miller, even though I love him, is that when you go right down the middle, either it's going to be a big punch out in Miller time, or it might end up being a big home run, and 2 big home runs given up so far in this matchup. Emmanuel Valdez with the 3-run dinger. That's tough. Tyler O'Neill earlier in the game as well. Oh, my heart is broken. That hurt. That hurt. Fuck. Nice job by the Red Sox there. Can't be a hater. That was just a great, great timely hit. And he fucking launched that thing into outer space. Next up, catcher Reese McGuire. All right, we're going to have to get the offense going. Obviously, that 3-run homer was a killer. Elliot in the building. What's good? Gang, gang. We just gave up a 3-run homer to Bryce Miller. So that one hurt. We were down 1-0, tied it up 1-1, and now we're down 4-1. 2 big homers, a solo shot by Story, and then a 3-run dinger there by Valdez. Wasn't even Rafael Devers. Baseball, a hell of a game. All right, talk to you later, man. Much love. Have a great Easter. But at least as Mariner fans, we know, what we have with our pitchers. And when you got guys that have the it factor, either they're going to be on or, they're going to be off. And sometimes just getting that bat on the sweet spot. Julio with the 3rd out, but the damage has already been done. 4-1 Red Sox. Happy Easter. Oh, gosh, now we got some work to do. Just when I was starting to feel kind of good about things. And, that's the Mariners for you. Sometimes we'll be locked and loaded, and sometimes we get beat up a little bit. But one thing is for sure, Mariner fans never give up on their team no matter what. Facts. You can say that for Pacific Northwest fans in Oregon and Washington. You represent any of the teams in Oregon and Washington, we are diehard through and through. Facts. All right, let's go. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning, halfway through the matchup. Leading off for the Mariners, 1-for-1. First baseman, Ty France. Let's go, Ty. We need you. Batting second, 0-for-1 with a K. Left fielder, Dominic Canzone. And batting third, 0-for-1 with a K. Right fielder, Luke, I am your father, Rayleigh. It's okay, Bryce. I still love you. Make sure you guys are taking care of your mental health. Go for a walk if you can. Listen to some music. Check up on a friend. Maybe don't eat so much fast food. Eat a little bit healthier. Spend some time with your pets. Go out with a friend and go do an activity. Hit an arcade up. Go see a movie. Any little thing to help you win the day. You'd be really surprised. Just making a little bit of an effort in your daily routine can go a long, long ways. Let's go. Bottom of the 4th, 4-1 Red Sox. Let's go. We still got a chance in this matchup. Let's go, Ty. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is low and inside. 2-0 count. Take a look at Whitlock's numbers as well. 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, no walks, 6 Ks. Bryce Miller, 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, a 3-run jack, and a 1-run dinger, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. Let's go, Ty. 3 for 12 this series, 2-1 count. Pitch right in the zone, 2-2 count. There we go. Come on, Ty. Pitch is low and outside. Full count. 3-2 count. Let's go, France. I don't even need a homer. Just get on base. Bottom of the 4th, 4-1 Red Sox. 3-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Struck him out. 7 Ks for Whitlock. Next up for the Mariners, left fielder Dominic Canzone. Little chopper. Flip to first, 2 away. That was way too quick. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder Luke Ayamiofaja Rayleigh. Let's go, Luke. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Nice changeup. Little grounder towards second base. Got him. 1-2-3 inning. Go to the top of the 5th. 4-1 Red Sox. All right, 2 up for the Red Sox in the top of the 5th. Leading off for Boston, 0 for 2 with a K, center fielder Jarren Duran. Batting second, 1 for 2, third baseman Rafael Devers. And batting third, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, shortstop Trevor Story. Sounds like a good day, Megan. $5, 95 to go. I'm ready for NASCAR here in about an hour and a half. That's what I'm ready for. Got to go on another walk. The weather is great here in the Pacific Northwest. I'm ready for that NASCAR Cup Series at Richmond. All right, we need 3 more. 3 more likes to get to 15. Top of the 5th, 4-1 Red Sox. Let's go, baby. Happy Easter. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Let's go. Let's go, Bryce. Regain your composure. You put us in a little bit of a hole here. Let's go. Oh, she gets the photos all the time, regardless if she does or doesn't. That's what happens when you take care of a goat. A goat takes care of another goat. Dono days or non-dono days, you take care of your people. Top of the 5th, 4-1 Red Sox. Yeah, there you go. There's a good response. Yeah, Matt has some catching up to do. He's a few thousands to catch up. Nice one, Megan. That was hilarious. Matt's like, damn, I need to get a job. Get a job, boy. Get a second job, boy. Top of the 5th, 4-1 Red Sox. Love the 2 of you. Let's go, baby. Batting second in the order, 0-1 count to Devers. right, go get some coffee. You thought wrong. Don't play with Megan before she's had her coffee. You throw a zinger, she'll throw 2 zingers back. And she'll throw one where you can't even respond back to it. There's nothing you can say after that. You guys are too much. I love you too. Pitch is high, 2-2 count. Top of the 5th, 4-1 Red Sox. Happy Easter 2024. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is outside. 3-2 count. Got to make sure we control Devas here. 1 for 2. Best player on the Red Sox. Come on now. Miller. Devas. Pulls it foul. Count still 3-2. Well, we all have our favorites, don't we? You got your favorite. She's got her favorite. Everyone's got their favorites, you know, whether it ends up being a singer, an actor, you know, an actress, you know, an athlete, wrestler. You know, we all got favorites. Big swing and a miss. Number 6 for Bryce Miller. And you know what time it is? It's Miller time, baby. Nice job, Bryce. Nice K. It's Miller time. Next up for the Red Sox, shortstop Trevor Story. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Yeah, I think we all do. Right in between 2 players. That's tough. Nice hit there by Story. JP dove for it. Rojas dove for it, and they both missed. And it went right in between both players. That was just a timely hit there by Story off that dribbler towards third base, right in between. Rojas should have gotten it there, but was a little bit out of position. Woo! Wow. Ha-Seong Kim. Give him them kimchi, baby. Capusano. Wow. 12-0 Padres. Well, obviously, a few of those matchups against the Giants were pretty rough, you know, and you got roughed up. So it's only fair to be able to give the roughing back, you know, so that way you're just not getting dominated, you know, every single matchup. So nice job, Elliot. That's a lot better than what has happened in the last couple nights, right? Giants look like they're going to be a little bit better than people anticipated, and maybe the Padres didn't play up to their potential in the first couple games, and the Giants kind of played past their potential. Throw to first. Got him. We're going to the bottom of the 5th. Let's go. All right, leading off in the bottom of the 5th, 1 for 1 with an RBI. The single man that has pretty much held it down for the Mariners to be able to get us that RBI and that 1 run on the board. Third baseman, Josh Rojas. Batting second this inning, 0 for 1. I skipped over Seby Zavala, which I shouldn't have, in the 9-hole catcher, Seby Zavala. And then batting third, 0 for 1 with a K, J.P. Crawford. Trident's up, baby. Let's go. Yeah, 12-0. That's incredible. I wish the Mariners were up 12-0 right now, but Seems like we have a lot of games where, we have to go through the ups and go through the downs, and then it looks like we're going to lose. Last night, once it went, to extras, like it's over. And then, we found a way to, rally, and Julio ended up, getting his first game winner for us in extras. And, it felt good, and like I said, in baseball, sometimes, even when it looks like it is over, it's not over until it's over. And even when it looks very bleak, it looks very dark, and, maybe you fought back, tie it up multiple times, but then they end up extending the lead at the end of the game, which they did, the Red Sox, and I was like, damn it, but again, we had some good juju from Mr. Williams, and then that carried over to the players and the sports gods, and then Julio ended up making history last night, and we ended up coming back. So I won't say this game is over just yet. Yeah, you and me both, Megan. I wish the Kraken could score like that too. I think, we wish that, all our teams, could score a little bit more at certain times of the season, a little bit more for the Seahawks, a little bit more for the Kraken, a little bit for the Mariners, and anyone else that we represent. I would 100% agree to that. 1-0 count into the dirt, 2-0 count. Come on, Rojas, 4 for 7 this series. He's playing great. Who would have thought that arguably our worst player in the lineup would be one of the best so far in the beginning of the year? Popped up, 1 away. Rojas next time. Next up, catcher Sebi Zavala. Come on, Sebi. First game for the Mariners in 2024. Let's go, Zavala. I want to see some Harry Ford. Come up from AAA, baby. Happy Easter, y'all. Let's go. Bottom of the fifth, 4-1 Red Sox. 0-1 pitch inside, 1-1 count. Big swing and a miss by Zavala. Behind in the count, 1-2. Come on, Sebi. 176 career Major League games. Mariners are his third team. Started off with the White Sox and then the Diamondbacks last year. Pitch in the zone. Struck him out looking. Come on, Zavala. Bring up Harry Ford. 2 away. Next up, shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Go, J.P. Go, JP. Pitch is low and inside. 1-0 count. Let's go. Bottom of the fifth. 4-1 Boston. 2 away. 1-0 pitch from Whitlock. Pitch is inside. 2-0 count. Take a walk, JP. Help us out. 6 hits so far for Boston. 3 for the Mariners, but we're down 4-1. We just have to keep grinding it out. Chop foul. Game 1, we lost 6-4 to the Red Sox. Game 2, we won with George Kirby, 1-0. Game 3, we came back and won in 10 innings, 4-3 because of Julio Rodriguez. And now the Red Sox are trying to tie up the series. JP, grounder, easy routine play, 1, 2, 3 inning. End of the 5th inning. Let's go to the top of the 6th. Garrett Whitlock, 9 straight, up and down. Give Whitlock a little bit of love. Let's look at his stat line. Whitlock, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 0 walks, 8 Ks. Definitely has been a better day for him than Bryce Miller. And then with Bryce Miller, let's take a look at his stat line. Obviously giving up those 3-run homer and then that 1 solo dinger did not help his cause. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 Ks. Tough. Hopefully Bryce can bounce back in his next start. All right, next up for the Red Sox, DHing for Boston, Masataka Yoshida, 0 for 2 so far here today. Batting second, left fielder Tyler O'Neill. And batting third, right fielder Wilyer Abreu. Make sure you're taking care of your mental health, y'all. Win the day. You got this. Happy Easter. Let's go. There we go. All right, Cody Bolton is in for the Mariners. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we've already given up, 4 runs. Hopefully we can keep it to a minimum the rest of the game, because I don't know if the Mariners are going to be able to get to 4 by the time this game is over, but we can pray. $5, 95 to go. And if you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. It takes 1 second, and it'll help us with the algorithm. We need 3 more to get to 15. So if you're in the room right now and have access to be able to smash the like button in the room on the YouTube side, please do. JP has no play at first. All good, JP. Good effort. He's a little bit out of position when he was sliding there. Two for 2 with a solo home run, a single, and 2 runs. Top of the 6, 4-1 Red Sox. But it's all good. I'm not gonna. I don't need to be negative. Like some streamers. And other people, content creators. We're gonna keep it 100. Like I said, there's plenty of negative shit that's out there. The last thing people need is for me to be negative here, because I'm always gonna bring the positivity. Now we're gonna make sure we call out players and coaches and things that happen that end up being negative, but we're not going to harp on it and talk about how shitty the Mariners are or whoever we're talking about for 2 or 3 hours straight. We can make a point and we move on, and we got to bring that positivity. So that's why, we want to make sure that, we keep things, even keel. Sometimes things aren't as bad as they seem, and sometimes they're not as good as you think either. It's somewhere in the middle. So you got to have faith. Being negative isn't going to make shit better. So. And we're going to make sure that we stay positive, and hopefully the Mariners can turn it around. Top of the 6, 4-1 Red Sox. Popped up. Out of play, 2-2 count. Two pitch. Pitch is outside. 3-2 count. Count is full. 2 for 2, 2-run home run. Ooh. 2 runs and an RBI. (4-1) Red Sox. Top of the 6th. Let's go. Pitches outside for a walk. Come on, baby. Not a good look. Already got 2 guys on with no outs, so this one is not looking good. Next up, right fielder Wilyer Abreu. That's why it's so important for the Mariners hitters, to be able to get to 7 to 10 hits and 5 runs or more. We can't count on, getting a 1 run or 2 runs and thinking that's going to be enough to win a game in the major leagues. Wilyer Abreu in the box. Pitch is low, 1-0 count. 0 for 1 with a walk in the second. (1-0) pitch. Big swing and a miss. Good pitch there by Bolton. 1-1 count. Raley, 1 hopper right in front of him. Bases loaded. Oh, God. Next up for the Red Sox, second baseman Emmanuel Valdez. It shows you how important pitching really is. If you get one of your starting pitchers, whether it be George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Bryce Miller, or Luis Castillo, and if they get roughed up, chances are the guy that comes in for him is going to be worse. So, tough. Nobody out, bases loaded. We're already down 4-1. The offense hasn't been clicking, so far this season in 2024, and they've got their backs against the wall again in game number 4 in the 2024 season. Got to find a way to get like a double play here and not let them score. Top of the 6th, bases loaded, no outs. 2 for 10 this series. Emmanuel Valdez, 0-2 pitch. Pitch is low and outside, 1-2 count. Come on, Cody Bolton. You got to realize this isn't the Pittsburgh Pirates, my guy. Come on. There we go. Nice punch out on that 1-2 pitch. 1 away. There we go. Nice job. I mean, you haven't stopped the bleeding altogether, but, you put a Band-Aid on it. Next up, catcher, 1 for 2, Reese McGuire. No relation to Mark. At least I don't think so. Bottom of the 6th, coming up in a few minutes, but now it's 4-1 Red Sox, top of the 6th, bases loaded, 1 out. We need a double play desperately. Pitch in the zone, 0-2 count. Nice job, Bolton, to get into a little bit of rhythm. Let's go, Mariners. Let's go, Ems. (0-2 pitch. Chopper. Underhand to the pitcher. 2 away. A run scores. 5-1 Red Sox. Next up for the Red Sox, center fielder Jarren Duran. 0 for 3 with a K. 5 doll hairs, 95 to go. Polanco to France. We get out of the inning and we only give up 1, but again, now we're 4 runs behind and we got 3 innings to be able to make up this ground. Let's go. Bottom of the 6th inning approaching. Let's see who the Mariners have up, and hopefully we have a decent lineup here to hopefully stop a little bit of the bleeding, baby. Leading off for the Mariners, 0 for 2 with a K, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Be a hero like last night. You know, we're waiting for your first home run of the season. Could we get it here at this at-bat? I hope fucking so. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting second, 0 for 2 with a K, second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Polanco has struggled so far in 2024. You got to shine at some point, my guy. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and a K. DHing for the Mariners this afternoon, Mitch Haniger. Trident's up. Come on, Julio. We need you, bud. Offensively, defensively, be patient in the box. And I get it if you swing on a first pitch strikes and it goes yard, great. You know, but we need you, man. Trident's up. Bottom of the 6th, 5-1 Red Sox. Pitches outside. For Weissert coming in. 1-0 count. Good day by Whitlock. Finished with 8 Ks. Strike right down there in the middle. 1-1 count. Come on, Julio. Let's go, baby. We need you. 1-1 pitch. Julio right up the middle. Line drive. And caught. Valdez. 1 away. Next up for the Mariners, second baseman, 0 for 2 with a K, Jorge Polanco. Bring some electricity to the lineup, my guy. Let's go, Jorge. That sweeper is nasty. I got a really cool message, on my Facebook feed and my thread. I always try to help out with mental health with people, not only on the channel, but my friends. And my boy Marcos Pineda, big Mariner and Seahawk fan, he wrote on his, Facebook page, it said, depression is a motherfucker. He's like, please check up on your friends. And he says, I want to give a shout out to my friend Orion Mikulek for always checking on me no matter what. Thank you. That's, messages like that, mean everything, because I understand what it's like to be there. And, for him to do that, I hate to see people struggle, but I definitely will check up on my friends to make sure they're okay. Haniger up next. Polanco popped up and out, 2 away. Next up, Mitch Haniga. Trident's up. Let's go. Two away. Man, this sweeper is so nasty by Weissert. He's got just such crazy movement. It's like when you see someone like putt a golf ball and then it does like the whole like crazy curve. Like it looks like it's going left and then it all of a sudden it goes right at the last minute. That's what you get out of this sinker sweeper type of pitcher in Weissert for the Red Sox. Very difficult to hit because you're not used to it. But I always will try to make sure I, check up on people and make sure they're okay. It's not everyone's role to do that, but I feel that helping people has always been kind of something that I've been meant to do. Bottom of the sixth, 5-1 Boston. 2 outs, 3-1 count. Weissert on the mound with his sinkers and sweepers. 3-1 pitch to Haniger. Big swing and a miss. Count is full. 3-2 count. Come on, Mitch. Let's go. Well, I think all of us were concerned, But again, actions speak louder than words, and I think that you've handled everything pretty awesomely. In all honesty, instead of just kind of alienating yourself. Big swing and a miss. Got him, punched him out. But, I feel that you've done the proper things to keep yourself distracted and being around people that that, care about you. And we care about each other. And, you're just trying to be able to keep your mind from, having just, running thoughts. And as long as you are keeping yourself distracted with things to do, it helps with that for sure. Instead of having your mind race and, just being in a dark room and alienating yourself, that usually, doesn't really solve anything, even though we get to that point sometimes, all of us. All right, in the end of the 6th inning, let's go to the top of the 7th. The Mariners are running out of time to come back. Let's see what they got going on here in the top of the 7th. Leading off for the Red Sox, 1 for 3 with a K, third baseman, Rafael Devers. Batting second, shortstop, Trevor Story. And batting third this inning, first baseman, Tristan Casas. Shout out to all the people watching on Twitter/X, as well as the people here in the room. Love you and appreciate you. Happy Easter. All right, Red Sox best player in the box. We got to find a way. New pitcher for the Mariners again, Colin Snyder. Don't know if that's really going to make a difference, but defense, our bullpen, and then overall just hitting. We have not hit our stride just yet. And even though we're 2-1 and it looks like we're going to drop down to 2-2, we can definitely improve from these first 4 games. There we go. Nice job, Ty. Next up for the Red Sox, 1 for 3 with 2 Ks. Shortstop, Trevor Story. Nice to get Devers out so quickly, but still got a ways to go. Pitch is outside, wild pitch. 1-0 count. Pitch right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 count. Top of the seventh, 5-1 Boston. 1-1 pitch. Pitch is inside, 2-1 count. Chop down the first baseline foul. 2-2 count. Two pitch. Right in front of Can zone for a single. Nice bloop single there to left by Trevor Story. Next up, first baseman Tristan Casas. Pitch right down the zone for a strike. 0-1 count. Casas. 0 for 2 with a walk in the fourth and a run. Come on, Mariners, down by 4. Got to get out of this inning. Throw to first. Brantz almost fell down. One pitch from Snyder. Pitch is inside. 1-1 count. One pitch. Pitch is inside, almost the exact same location. 2-1 count. Come on, Snyder. 4 straight cutters. Is that the only pitch you can do? Come on, man. Let's go. Three-one count. Same exact pitch. Cutter inside, cutter inside, cutter inside. Come on. Oh, no worries. Glad that you had some time to be able to spend with Ollie. Whether it be FaceTime or an Easter egg hunt in person. Four seam fastball fouled off. Count is full. 3-2 count. Casas 0 for 2 today. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on, Snyder. Masataka Yoshida on deck. Let's go, Ems. 3-2 pitch. First strikeout for Snyder in a Mariners uniform. There we go. 2 away. Nice job, Snyder. Next up for the Red Sox, Masataka Yoshida. Big swing and a miss down to one knee. There we go, Snyder. One pitch from Snyder. Got him at second. Trident's up. Nice. Oh, he's out. He got him. Nice job, JP. Great defense there. Nice throw by the catcher. Sebi Zavala. Nice job, JP. Good defense. All right, we're going to the bottom of the seventh. Seventh inning stretch. Leading off for the Mariners in the bottom of the seventh in the seventh inning stretch. 1 for 2 with a K. First baseman, Ty France. Batting second in this inning, 0 for 2 with a K. Left fielder, Dominic Canzone. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K. Right fielder, Luke Braley. Let's go, Luke. Fantastic defense. I mean, we're still in a big hole and it's not looking good. But again, you just have to be able to look at the small picture instead of the big picture. Okay, we're down 5-1. Okay, but if we can get it to like 5-2 or 5-3, by the time we get to the eighth, then at least we're chipping away. Making up 4 innings or 4 runs in an inning is almost impossible unless you get hot. So even getting a run or 2, in this inning, 1 or 2 in this inning, 1 and 2 in the eighth, and then trying to have a big rally in the ninth instead of having to make up 4 runs. Like try to get 1 run this inning, 1 run in the eighth, 2 in the ninth, and then maybe we'll have a shot. I mean, realistically, the chance of coming back and tying this game up or winning is probably 10% or lower. But I've seen it happen before. But it really comes down to execution, and if we can get a little bit lucky here on Easter. Air Jordan in the building. 20 Dalahala. What up, everyone? Brew Crew got a nice sweep over the Mets. Get the brooms. I appreciate you. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus stack. Bang, bang. Are you ready for WrestleMania? Next week, right? Thank you so much for your generosity. What Brewers players would you like me to throw up so that everyone knows who you represent and who you root for? You got any particular players that you want me to be able to throw up for you? I mean, we could end up doing Packers for Jordan Love if you want to go that route, but if you want to go baseball, you got someone in mind, you let me know, and we can go old school, Robin Yount, Paul Molitor, or if you want to end up going someone current, we can go that route as well. But thank you so much. I appreciate you more than words can say. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There we go. $25 here, 75 to go. I am so ready for WrestleMania. Reese Hoskins, Yelich. All right, nice. Let's do that. There we go. Nice base hit there by Ty France. Nice job. Next up, Dominic Canzone. Hope you're having a good Easter. And yes, I'm definitely ready for WrestleMania. See if I can find you a Brewers. Let me see what I got here. Oh, I got a good one, dude. New. I got the new for you. Oh, this is dope. And I never noticed back with the glove where the left part is the B and the top part is the M. A fantastic logo for the Milwaukee Brewers. Let me get the last one sprinkled in here. Started it off here with Yelich, Rhys Hoskins. Ooh, baby. Jackson, I appreciate you. I'll get you a few more once we get into like a commercial break. Like that spinning logo. It's dope. Bottom of the seventh, 5-1. Runner at first, Dylan Moore in the box. Let's go, Demo. Let's go, Demo. Moore pops up. To stay in play or go foul. Wow, what a catch by the Red Sox. One away. Yeah, I am too. It's going to be a lot of fun. Next up, Luke, I am your Faja. Really? Let's go, Luke. Luke pops up. Shallow left field. 2 away. Slide out to left. Bottom of the 7th, 2 outs. Like they're bringing Urias coming in for Rojas. I think I'd rather have Rojas hitting, honestly, but it is what it is. squeeze in another photo here for Air Whitey. Appreciate you, bro. 2 outs. France at first base. 5-1. Bottom of the 7th. 2 outs. Let's go. Come on, Louise. Is there any UFL games that are on today as well? Or do they only play on Saturdays? I think I remember watching him play in one of the other leagues. XFL or the, USFL, the other leagues that they, combined and whatnot. So AAF, yeah, Birmingham. XFL Wildcats, Guardians, Generals, yeah. Back and forth, Vipers. And he, a lot of times, you have to be able to just keep going, Hey, Matt's got a lot of information, he's going to write out all kinds of information for us in route running, based off, what we see, potential. That's a good thing. That's what you want. You want to have people that actually know sports here. We're not dummies here. We're fanatics. Bottom of the 7th, 5-1 Red Sox. Rodriguez on the mound. Urias in the box. 2-2 count. 2-2 pitch. Pitch is inside. 3-2 count. Come on, Louise. Full count, 3-2 pitch. Pitch is low and inside for a walk. I'll take that. Runners at first and second. Like I said, all we got to do is chip away. It doesn't look good when it's 5-1, but if you can get it to 5-2 or 5-3 and then go into the 8th and then try to get 1 or 2 in that inning, and then you're only down by a run in the 9th, it looks a hell of a lot better being at 5-3 or 5-4, in the 8th or the 9th rather than 5-1. So, there's still a chance here. It's not a great chance, but at least we're, keeping ourselves in the game at this point. And they're going through multiple pitching changes. So if we get one of their shitty, players, that comes in and out of the bullpen, I'm not saying that we're going to go yard on the next at bat, but one swing and it's 5-4. So, as bad as things look in baseball, it's a game of rallies. And once the starting pitching goes out, it's a brand new ball game. It's like almost 2 separate games within one full game. You have the starting pitching, and that's the first half of the game. Once starting pitching goes out for both teams, and it's a whole new ball club and a whole new ball game, for the rest of the 3 innings or beyond if it goes to extras. So happy Easter, RJ. All right, let's see if Sebi Zavala can be a hero today. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Zavala. 0 for 2 with a K. Wish Harry Ford was on the lineup right now. In time, though. I know that a lot of the guys have, gone through many teams from both of those leagues, AAF, XFL, and sometimes you just got to, just keep grinding to be able to find a home. And, sometimes you're not good enough to play in the NFL, and you just got to be able to, if you still love football, you want to get paid and keep your, name in the running, so that way in the future, if let's say you end up getting MVP, of a league like the XFL, AAF or any of those leagues. And then if you end up winning like MVP, then maybe you'll get a chance to be a backup or a third string quarterback for a team in the future. So that's where a lot of these guys, are still grinding it out for a chance to be able to make it back to the NFL if they had a brief stint in it, like Luis Perez. That's a cool story, man. And it sounds like you're watching a few more of those games than some of us. So it's always good to be updated, Like I'm going to be on the baseball tip and the NHL tip after the NFL and after college, football. Zavala popped up. And we leave 2 stranded. Tough. 7 complete. End of the 7th. 5-1 Red Sox. See who's due up for Boston in the top of the 8th. And I got NASCAR Cup Series Richmond in 40 minutes. I'm super excited about that. All right, here we go. 1 for 3 with a run, leading off in the top of the 8th. DHing for the Red Sox, Masataka Yoshida. Batting second, 2 for 2 with 2 runs, an RBI, and a base on ball. Homer earlier in the second. Left fielder, Tyler O'Neill. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a base on ball and a K. Right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. Yeah, I got you. I wish there was more photos that formatted. There's only a certain few that fit the screen, that look the best. And usually I'll try to lean towards those ones first. And a lot of his photos are kind of cropped into different sizes, but I got you. Two of your favorite things, and another 2 of your favorite things. I got you. I'm always working and always button clicking, so no problem. Yeah, Storytell, Matt. You got something to say? Type it in. Yoshida. Chopped foul. And got a nice souvenir there. Top of the 8th, 5-1 Red Sox. 0-2 count. Come on, Snyder. Judah in the building. What's good? Man, you guys are kicking our ass today with these home runs. Rough it up, Bryce Miller with that solo shot and that 3-run dinger. And, the chances of us coming back and even tying this, is less than 5%. Winning this game, probably less than 1%. And hell, I don't even know if we're going to even be able to get an additional run before the game is over. You guys definitely took the momentum, and it looks like we're going to end up being tied up 2-2 for the year. So early in the game, O'Neill homered to left in the top of the 2nd to make it 1-0. And then Valdez in the top of the 4th hit a 3-run bomb, and Casas and O'Neill scored to make it 4-1. And then McGuire grounded out to the picture. Yoshida scored a Abreu to 2nd, and that took it to 5-1. So it's been all Boston. How are you doing this Easter, Judah? Happy Easter, my guy. Absolutely. Let's do that. Once we end up going into a commercial break here in between innings, and I'll multitask, but we'll try to get Cross, Breaker, and Stratton up here for you as well. Pitch right down the middle. shoot game. Let's see what we got here. I gotta delete some photos to make some more room. Very excited about WrestleMania. Chopper, JP, throw to first. France, one away. There we go. Popped up. Dylan Moore, 2 away. Oh, that was 3 away. There we go. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. I hear you, Paisley. Hold on. Paisley missed his dad. Appreciate you, brother. WrestleMania, baby. Hope you appreciated those. I'll get you a few more once we get settled in here. Love me some Bron Breakker. And this is the Charlotte Flair of this generation, which is nice to have someone up and coming that has that athletic ability. You know, obviously needs to improve on the mic. You could say that for a lot of wrestlers, but I like what I've seen out of Tiffany Stratton. And one of your personal favorites, I've actually been able to get a photo with Karrion Kross. I think that is awesome. Yeah, another day. All right, bottom of the 8th, 5-1 Boston. We're running out of time. 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in the 3rd. JP Crawford fouls back, 1-1 count. Let's go, JP. Pitch is low and outside, 2-1 count. Paisley misses dad. She knows dad's almost done. Got to go for a walk and watch some NASCAR, baby. Let's go. I know, daddy's almost done, honey. Mariners are down 5-1, I know. JP popped up. One away. Yeah, I mean, I understand, when you end up, meeting someone, or you already kind of have a vibe about somebody that might be underrated, that might not be like the top star in wrestling, but you still have appreciation for what they do on the mic and in the ring, even if they don't get the push. And then you end up meeting them and you get like an autograph or a photo, selfie, or autograph picture or whatever it may be. That will take your fandom to a whole nother level. And I appreciate that. You're like me, man. Typically where to go to put yourself in a position to be able to get an autograph or to get a picture. And I think that's cool. You've had some pretty good success, but you're a crafty guy, so you know where to go. And, you're a huge, huge fan of wrestling like me. And it's something that I'll watch until, I'm no longer breathing. It won't matter. I've been watching since I was 3. And if I make it to, 53, 63, 73, 83, 93 years old, I'll still be watching. Very excited about WrestleMania. The card looks amazing. Throw to first. 1, 2, 3 inning there for the Mariners. Running out of time. End of the 8th inning. We go to the top of the 9th. Well, I've been losing a lot of weight. So since COVID, I was up to 270, 275. I'm 190 now. So I've been walking about an hour and a half, 7 days a week for about a year. So Paisley was about 20 pounds overweight, and she was about at 70, 75 pounds, and I got her down to about 55 now. So she's all muscle. She's super muscular, thin, but healthy, happy, and yeah, she's just laying here next to me, missing Dad. So usually we'll do a walk in the morning, for 30 to 45 minutes. We'll do one in the afternoon for about 30 to 45, and then late at night, usually when I'm done streaming or when it's completely dark and there's nobody out in the neighborhood, and then it's just me and her, that's probably the most calming walk, because then I don't got to worry about people or other dogs, and we can just be out there in the elements with just me and her. So obviously, and then I got to visit my dad's pup, Lucas, aka Maurice Lucas, from the former Portland Trailblazer legend, the Enforcer, and the poodle, 7 months, but it doesn't look like a tiny poodle. It's almost the same size as Paisley, like a medium-sized dog, and my dad's got some property. So no harness, no leash, and they both got to meet each other for the first time, and go out there and play with each other and run out in the fields and whatnot. And yeah, it was awesome. It's just great to be able to visit family and then not only have good food, bring home leftovers, and then get my dog to be able to run free, because, as a pup, she's only 2.5, and I don't get a whole lot of interaction with other dogs I don't trust other dog owners, in general, people leaving their dogs unleashed, or, how they treat their dogs and whatnot. So, oh man. Of course. Right. That's tough. She deserves to have her moments before her career is over. And you know how much we appreciate, the Japanese wrestlers, men and women, actually getting a little bit of pub and love. I love Lucha Libre wrestling with the Latinos and the Latinas as well. But I just like being able to see people get a chance to shine in an industry where sometimes, they have to play second fiddle to other people that, may be more popular, or get more of a push. So I get it. Hey, it happens. It's the Mariners. A lot of us that have been Mariner fans for 20 or 30 years, we're going to have good moments and we're going to have bad moments. And, right now the bullpen isn't that great. Hitting has been low. Defense hasn't been that good, and again, we're only 4 games in and we're about to be 2-2. So in all honesty, it could be a lot worse. Imagine if we were 0-4 or 1-3. So you have to look at the bright side of everything. Yeah, it's not ideal. Of course, it would have been great to go 4-0 or 3-1, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Imagine if we were 1-3 or 0-4. At least we're not the Houston Astros right now. So think of it that way. You always have to look at it a different perspective. And just because you have a hitting coach doesn't mean that's going to relay over to the players. Yeah, you could have someone that is a better hitter, from back when they're playing days, but that doesn't mean that the message that gets relayed is going to be able to control the hands and the bat speed to make that player hit. Ultimately, it's going to come down to the players, and them getting into a good rhythm. And sometimes it takes a while for the Mariners to get into a good rhythm. Old school. And I don't think that we're a cursed team. We didn't make the playoffs for 20 years. We got Kirby, Julio, and Cal. In 2022, we made the playoffs, and then we had a down year. We didn't have a good record in one-run games last year compared to 2022. We didn't have a good record in games in extra innings last year like we did in 2022. You had to get the 7 to 10 hits and 5 runs last year, or we lost 95% of the time. So you have to understand, if you're a fair weather fan, a hardcore fan, you watch every game, but for people like us on the channel and people like me, I'm watching every single game to the end. So, sometimes certain narratives that are put out on social media are bullshit. You actually have to watch the games and come up with your own narrative instead of reading articles or, going and, feeding off other, people that are putting out information when they may not even be watching the games in entirety. But we'll be fine. Like I said, if we drop this game and go to 2-2, the Angels are terrible, the A's are terrible, the Astros, are struggling. So at this point, we're in second place, which where we thought we would be, right behind the Texas Rangers. So, it's not always going to be peaches and cream. If you're a Pacific Northwest fan, for the Mariners, the Huskies, the Cougs, the Ducks, the Beavers, the Blazers, it's not always going to be pretty. And a lot of times, the teams are going to struggle. And then we have to build and build and build. And then eventually we get good. And if we get good, we might be a championship contender. But it only lasts for a short period of time. And then we got to rebuild all over again. That's kind of, the routine that it's been for, not only the Mariners, but Pacific Northwest fans. So. Yeah, but you have to understand, anybody can beat anyone on any given Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in baseball. Like I said, we could have started off with the A's and been 0-4. You know what I mean? We would hope that wouldn't happen. But even though Boston finished last in the AL East in the last 2 years, you can't take anyone for granted. And just because a team was bad doesn't mean they're going to be bad this year. Just because you were good last year doesn't mean that you're going to be good this year. It's what have you done for me lately? So anything that we did in 2022 and 2023, that's the past. This is 2024. So and nothing that happened last year matters now. Now you have to go out and prove it all over again. And hopefully we can do that. So, and you should know if you're watching games, like I said, just because it's Boston doesn't mean it's an automatic win. Yeah, but also when players are going to other teams, Kelenic went to the Braves. That's a very good comparison. Suarez went to the Diamondbacks, right? And Teoscar went to the Dodgers. They all went where they had a better supporting cast of hitters. So less pressure. When you're on the Mariners, to be a good player, there's a lot more pressure because a lot of times they're they're underachieving. Again, when you go to a fucking lineup that's got Mookie, fucking Shohei Ohtani, and Freddie Freeman, and you're Teoscar Hernandez, you don't need to be the second best player or third best hitter on the team. You can be the fifth or the sixth or the seventh with Will Smith or Muncy. Less pressure, and you end up doing better. So you have to understand that, it's not like the Mariners are a superstar ball club. We didn't make the playoffs for 20 years. We made it 1 year. We didn't make it last year. So I don't really understand where the expectations are for you. I don't know how many games you watch, but, you have to understand being a Pacific Northwest fan is not easy, And if you can't handle the pressure, don't watch, like it's just how it goes, It's not going to be 100 to 120 wins every year for the Mariners. We can always get mad at, the ownership and the people not spending the money, 54% and all that bullshit. But at some point, we got to stop, being so negative about shit and be positive and have an optimistic outlook that things can get better. It's a long season. What would you rather be? Us be 0-4? The world is not ending. We'll be fine. And again, when you leave the Mariners and you go to the Braves and the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, I mean, come on. They all went to amazing teams that already had amazing hitters in place. So it's like, of course, if they were better for us, they wouldn't have never left. But again, if you strike out 200 times a game, we can't have you on the team. So, at least ownership, they didn't spend the money, but they tried analytically to moneyball it, try to bring in guys like Garb and Polanco. Maybe we didn't spend the money that we wanted as fans, but if these guys put up numbers and strike out less and it ends up into wins, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Let's go to the bottom of the ninth, and we're down 5-1. There you go. And you got to understand, everyone's journey is different. Just because the Diamondbacks had Corbin Carroll and they overachieved and made the World Series, that doesn't mean that the Mariners can't get there at some point, with our pitching staff and with our hitters. But again, it's going to be a process. And then hopefully at some point in the next few years, we can actually, get some bigger names to come over to, kind of get us over the hump if needed. But again, the way the Mariners do the business, not everyone's going to agree with it, but that's the way they do it. And again, the Diamondbacks are in the National League. They look like they're going to be very, very good, and if anything, what the Diamondbacks did last year, probably the Orioles will do this year, in the American League. So we're never going to be the number one team in the American League. We're always going to end up being, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and until we can get to that point. But until Julio ends up hitting his prime, we're not going to be the top dog. And even when that happens, we still may not be the top dog, but it's a collective thing for everyone, being more patient in the box, having better guys in the bullpen, having better hitters, having more consistency with the pitching. It's not just one thing to fix. There's many things that need to be fixed throughout the year, and it's going to take a while for us to turn into the Diamondbacks or the Orioles. It's not going to happen possibly this year or next year. It might. We don't know. But when you're 4 games in and you're already complaining, you know what I mean? Like, you got 162 games. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's never been peaches and cream. It's not like the Mariners have made the playoffs, 15 years in a row, and then now we're 2-2. If that's the case, then if you want to bitch and complain, fine. But, last time I checked, we haven't made the playoffs 15 years in a row. We didn't make it for 20. We made it in 2022. We had a shitty 2023 and missed the playoffs, and here we are. And we're about to drop to 2-2. So it is what it is. But just because it's Boston, I mean, give respect. Even though it might have been a bad team last year, there's no one the Mariners can overlook. You can't overlook Boston or the Guardians, or the Nats or the A's or the Royals, because the bottom line is, just like in sports, if you play down to the competition and they have a good game, they're going to beat you. And that goes for any sport: football, basketball, baseball, hockey. We can play up to the competition. When we play the Dodgers, we're going to bring our A game. When we play the Braves, when we play the Diamondbacks, the Phillies, we're going to, the Orioles, the Astros, we're going to give it our all. But then sometimes when we play the A's, less effort, we think we're going to automatically win. They have a good game, and then we end up losing 9-3. So, you have to realize, it's up to the players to be on the same page. But we don't have an all-star roster. We have a long ways to go. Popped up 2 away. But it also depends on how long you've been watching the Mariners. For some of us in the room, we've been watching since like the 80s, so I don't know how long you've been watching but I mean, if you're a fan of within the last 5, 10, 20 years, this should not be something brand new, unless you're brand new to the Mariners and brand new to watching baseball on a regular basis. There's going to be a lot of heartache and heartbreak. It's not always going to be peaches and cream. And hell, we should have lost yesterday. But they put it together, in the 10th, and then Julio became a hero. But, in most cases, when Julio has a chance to win the game for us, what happens? He typically chokes. He pops up, he grounds out, he strikes out. What happened yesterday? He finally won a game for us. It's his 3rd year. That was the first time that he won a game in extras. Think about that for a second. As much of a protege and phenom that he is, as a top 10 player, he's got a long ways to go to be Ken Griffey Jr. Bottom of the ninth, 5-1 Boston. Dylan Moore, 1 for 5 this series, 0-2 count. Got him. GG to the Red Sox. Good game for them. Ty France getting on the board, but again, giving up a solo shot and a 3-run dinger. We weren't able to, respond. And again, if you're looking at the Mariners, we need to be better. We've scored 4, 1, 4, and 1. So it's either we're getting close to 5 runs and we're getting 4, or we're not getting anything and we're getting 1. And if you score 1 run, how many games do you think you could really win in the Major League, baseball regular season or postseason? Not many. You're not going to be able to win that many games with scoring only 1. So a lot of things need to improve. Tomorrow, Emerson Hancock versus Tristan McKenzie. 0-3 versus 0-0. Then we got Bieber and Castillo on Tuesday. All right, I got to be able to take Paisley for a walk. And then I also have to be able to get ready for NASCAR Cup Richmond. And we'll have to be able to hopefully, figure out what we're going to be able to do. And again, it's 2-2. We still have a chance to win the series tomorrow. It's their 5-hole pitcher versus ours. It would have been better if we had Brian Wu, but he's injured. And, hopefully we can find a way to end up being above 500 after 5 games in. So I hope everyone has a fantastic Easter. I'm not going to let the loss affect my day. Again, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. 5-1 loss hurts. But again, we can bounce back tomorrow and try to end up winning the series. Hope everyone has a fantastic Easter. I'm going to watch NASCAR Cup Series Richmond and hang out with Paisley. And I got one question for you. We talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatic, and I'm out. Thanks.